Greetings guys, this is Blight's Rich, and this is the Algos fit I've been rocking in the Abyss. This seems to be the kind of meta Algos. There are some armor ones going around, but just now this Algos seems to be kind of meta, Sneases and Dragoons. Armor Dragoons are quite popular now, since they can tank so well. We are using some 1% implants just to further increase our EHP. I believe that's 1% to shield EHP, armor EHP, and hull EHP. Just get us closer to 14k EHP, which is really nice and something that's kind of KD like this. We aren't super fast, but we still have the MWD. Nothing slows us down, so we can sort of kite, kinda. 125 autocannons just for a little bit extra utility for defanging. Ramming say Dragoons you can't break with your drones. The only thing that I'd also recommend you do, I didn't. I only have hail load in the cargo. You could bring like what's called the faction ammos, so you have a bit more utility. But I was trying to keep costs down these destroyers because I was expecting this thing to be a meat grinder, which it wasn't. And I got quite a surplus of destroyers. There was times when faction ammo would have done me better than what hail did, so it's worth bringing that, especially like phase plasma, maybe EMP, and just keep hail for your targets that you're expecting to be armor tanked, like Dragoons and stuff. But there are some shield Dragoons out there, so just be cautious. So we've got a bunch of fights coming up, some wins, some losses. You'll see that, like, I've got 16 wins, 26 losses, which I suppose isn't too bad considering this thing's pretty RNG heavy. You know, you've not got too much of a chance of winning. It's weird how you need to play these. Sometimes you need to pick a target that's most dangerous to you, put your drones in that, and then pull away from everything else that can do damage to you. That's sort of how I went with it. You'll see in the upcoming fights, boys, so I do hope you guys enjoy. Okay, generally how you're going to fly the Algos is similar, basically just like a kiter. But you have the guns to go in if you need to, right? So say if there's like a tanky Dragoon, then go in and use your autocannons, but generally you're just always going to kite off, kill the things that are a threat to you at range. And then basically that's it. And then if there's something that you can break, you come in with your autocannon. So initially I went for that Talwar because I can project out. Talwar and Cormorant are a bit of an issue. I can probably kite away from the Thrashers. They are faster than me, but if I notice they're coming at me, quick enough, I should be able to kite off, because like covering like 30 kilometers whilst also being slightly faster than us is going to take them a while to get on top of us. Thankfully, this Thrasher's still really low. I think he was like another Thrasher or something else, and I'm able to pick away at him. So you can sort of play this like a coward, basically. So put your drones in one guy who thinks the most threat of range, pull yourself off out of everyone else's DPS range, and then sort of come back out and be a bit of a rat. Sorry, you play this. Here, this is a really scary match actually. 2 Talwars and the Cormorant, all incredibly scary. I go for the Talwar. I was really wanting to go for the Cormorant there first. But I don't know what happened there. I think I was maybe damned through wasn't in lock range or something. I thought I've lost this at this point. I'm half shield. But if I can take down this Talwar, and get myself a nice little kill mail, that's pretty sweet. But I've noticed I pulled myself off of the lock range of the Cormorant and Talwar, which is perfect. And these guys might actually be fighting each other. So this isn't completely a loss as of yet. That Talwar is going to go down. I have lost my lock range on him, but my acolytes should be able to finish him. There's still a lot of, like, even if I kill that Talwar, I really want to see one of the other Talwars or Cormorant die soonish, or even the Sneases. But they're all still alive, and I'm really stressing at this point. You see that I'm really low on my shield buffer. So I come in to try and get my drones on someone. I should have maybe just rested far off, got my shield to regen, and then come in back inside. But thankfully, the Talwar that was damping me goes down, so it's just a Cormorant and the Sneases left. I'm really wanting to try and get into lock range of that Cormorant, who I think will be shooting the Sneases. And the Cormorant should be an easy kill for me. If he goes down, then I ram the Sneases. Although the Sneases ends up killing the Cormorant, which is sweet. So now it's just a fight between me and the Sneases. And the Sneases has more shield HP at this point, and I think he might. Actually, I would have probably still won out here because we have more DPS in our drones, and he seems to be what's called defanging us. But I decided to just ram with our autocannons, just get an extra, like 100 and a bit DPS on him. I guess like 150 or something with hail. And hail's an okay choice against the Sneases because you have Omni resists, so even if you're shooting into shield, it should be flat resists he has. He does, I think, light missiles or something. This is like a no-prop, pure shield Sneases. But thankfully, we do end up taking it, albeit it very close. This was a really spooky fight, actually, but GF to everyone involved. Okay, whilst getting into this match, quite a lot of threats, man. Algos, Cormorant, everyone's a threat here, so it comes down to RNG if you're primaried. That's what a lot of these matches basically come down to. If you get primaried, you're dead. Or if enough people want you dead, you're dead. So Algos is a threat. I really want to kill the Algos. I put my drones in the corpsman to get rid of him before he pulls range, and it's a bit much of an issue. The Algos did the yell box me, still has me yell box. I'm really worried he puts drones on me. I can use my 125 Gatlings to defang his drones, although I only have hail. I mentioned in the intro, bring faction ammo. It makes it so much easier to defang drones when they're on you. I found it very hard to do so with hail, just because of the range it has and the tracking it has. So it's probably worth bringing faction ammo, unlike myself. I could have maybe got some more wins if I had that utility of faction ammo. So the corpsman's quite low, someone else is finishing him. Perfect, my drones are on the Algos, another threat for me. Perfect, and looking at it now, you could probably say I've won this. No one's shot me yet. I'm incredibly lucky. I'm pretty much just approaching the Algos now, because he seems to be tanking quite well. Maybe get my autocannons on top of him as well to help break him. My drones would have eventually did it. It does seem like he was going to defang, but it'd be nice to just get that additional little bit of DPS on top of him, just to secure this for myself. But yeah, looking at it now, I think he's having a bit of a hard time tanking, and he goes down. So GF to those individuals. This next one, again, Coercer, Dragoon, Algos. That's all quite a threat, actually. I might go for the Coercer before he pulls range. I'm damped, so good thing that I got those drones on Kadesh there before I pulled range. The Coercer he's running is a very similar one to that I sort of speculated about, and if you get drones on it, it'll just fold, man. Unfortunate thing about those beam long range Coercers is they just don't have enough HP to survive like a single drone flight, which is very unfortunate, or something that can project out to it. Also, quite funny thing, I have this listed down saved as a win, because you notice that there's only 3 targets here. I didn't notice the 4th was blue to me. So yeah, although I thought this was a win, it's actually a loss. Okay, but anyway, there's another Thrasher just floating about killing things. Coercer isn't dead yet, which I'm real surprised. He does go down now. I think Dragoon's the last thing. I'm going to ram him, try and get my gun DPS on top of him with the Acolytes. There's a lot of Dragoons going around that are incredibly tanky. You can actually like tank your light drones. There's a dual rep Dragoon that's going around recently. Like it does dual cap injectors, MWD, and some newts. I think it was the fit that Chori was running, or Cable. He's doing incredibly well, and I think people have just started copying him. It's quite hard to kill. But yeah, because you can see, I'm not really breaking him too much from my light drones to really get into DPS range. But, spoiler, we do end up killing this Dragoon. I start looting, and then out of the corner of my eye, this Thrasher just comes in! No, it kills me. So we could have perhaps won that if we killed this Dragoon, and noticed there's another goddamn blue in here. I thought it was like a bug or something. I'm noticing it in the corner of my eye every time I switch. I see that, the blue, right? But that's my bad. Yeah, like, after I kill this Dragoon, cut the footage, alright, save as, win, easy, and then, nah, so start looting, do my victory lap, collect my corpses, and we go down to the Thrasher. Nevertheless, GF to those individuals. Okay, this next fight's kind of interesting. We have all drone mods. My primary here is going to be the Synesis. My reason thinking is I think that's going to be the roughest one to fight at the end, or solo, potentially, at the end, if you feel me. Just because of the Synesises that go around with those, like, 17 to 20k HP are really rough. So I'm hoping like I whittle them down, or some of the other dudes put their drones on them. That's my thinking here. Defang his drones whilst he puts those on us with our 125s would have been much easier with faction ammo, but unfortunately we only bring hail for Algos because I'm cheap. But Synesis goes down perfect. I burn out my MWD at this point. I thought that's gonna GG. But thankfully, no one's really paying attention to me, and they're all sort of fighting, which is ideal. I can maybe just come in and snag a kill at the end there, which is a survival strategy for this thing. I hate it. I sometimes do it, though, so I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. But you'll see, you need to watch out, man, because, like, if you're fighting, like, and taking damage, and you see some dude just off in the distance, and there's 2 of you left, it's very likely that he's just going to come in and kill the lighter of you, so it's best to maybe try and pull off that dude you're fighting if you can for whatever reason, then try and put DPS on the R guy, and then maybe the R guy will do it too, because it's a losing battle. If there's like if there's 3 people left and 2 are fighting and there's just one like far away, that guy's probably going to win the majority of the time. So you just need to pay attention to what other people are doing also. So I put my drones in the Algos. I'm trying to approach him, get into lock range. He seems to be doing weird defanging things. I'm pulling my drones, all these kind of things. It seems to be a weird armor / hull Algos. But I've got all my HP left. Even if he tries and does this defang thing, I've pretty much got it. And what he ends up doing is going into the abyss and kill himself. But nevertheless, GF there, Explorer. He's a local from the area, so we're usually PvP in. When in Siege Green Boys, good lad. Another really scary one, 3 drone broats and a Tal War. I want to kill this Algos. He was close to me. He's red boxed me. So I want to win the DPS race here. Get him killed. I ran with autocannons. That's, yeah, it's a viable tactic. I'm always a bit scared getting close like this. Just because I feel like other people see a moment of opportunity, come in and try and kill us. And I think that's exactly what happens here. I really should have continued kiting. So see the 2 Dragoons have started to, what's called, yellow box me. I'm really low at this point. They put drones on me to like finish off the weaker target, which is a smarter thing. And this is what ends up losing us. We need to stay discreet in these matches. We can't be doing like brave plays, like ramming with autocannons and kind of things, because that's what will lose you these. You need to play it kind of smart. Dragoon Corsair Sneezes Catalyst. Again, I go for the Sneezes first. Catalyst Corsair is a bit out of range. That'd probably be my initial primary if he was end range. But yeah, again, just because the Sneezes are kind of hard to sort of deal with solo. I don't want him to be the last alive. So it seems like I've got my drones on him. Some others might also too, but he's tanking like a boss. My drones go off him for whatever reason. I guess I'm pulling them back. He's starting to shoot them. Get my acolytes back out. Get them on him. Okay, his Dragoon Catalyst is left. The Catalyst is getting incredibly close here, and that's freaking me out. But we kite away. We're doing weird things. The Catalyst seems to maybe going for the Sneezes. So I put a bit of the DPS on the Catalyst, hoping that the Sneezes will be a bit low after taking a bit of the Catalyst DPS. Get back in the Catalyst, go into the Dragoon now. Thinking that the Sneezes might put the drones on him, or the Dragoon has the drones on the Sneezes. Making it easier to kill the Sneezes after kill the Dragoon, if that makes sense. But I think this ends up making me lose it. I should have initially kept on the Sneezes. You'll see he's incredibly low, and I think he might have also been able to reload his medium anti-shield booster. So I believe it was dual medium anti-shield booster this guy had, or something weird. We killed the Dragoon. The Sneezes is really low. I'm really low. I ram, and look, he has neutrons. He has neutrons. I lost it by ramming. If I just kited or something, we would have won that, and I hate myself for it. Nevertheless, GF to those guys. That was a really fun fight, actually. Okay, initially in this match, I go for the Corsair. Again, those long-range beam Corsairs are super scary. I hope he's going to be squishy. Sorry, Yukadesh, another local to the place I usually PvP in. Good bloke. But I abandoned drones as I see that this Thrasher is ramming me, which is a really big threat. So I get my acolytes out. Put my drones, my guns on him just in case he gets in range. I can do a little bit of fall-off hits. But that doesn't seem so. He pulls off me, looking to go for another target. I keep my echoes on him. He seemed like he was actually pulling my acolytes out of the abyss there for a little bit, which is smart. But I want to kill him. I'm hoping that the Corsair's also kind of low. And if he's not low, he'll be putting DPS on what's called the Algos, right? So in the long game, keeping that Corsair alive was actually good. And keeping him low is also very good, because the Algos should be enticed with killing him. Yukida should be enticed with killing the Algos. So Corsair down. Okay, let's see how this Algos is fared. I'm hoping he's going to be kind of low at this point. He is shield. I'm curious to see if he's buffer or active. He seems to be active. My idea here is to try and get into autocannon range. This would be the time now to switch to phase plasma or EMP if we had it. But again, I was being cheap and only brought hail in my Algos, which I did not, encourage you to do. You really want to bring faction ammo on these. Even if it's like a low amount, it's just so good for defanging and maybe going for these shield boys, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I try and get in the hail range, but looking at the EHP of me and him, looks like I'm going to win this. And we do. So GF to those guys and Yukadesh. This is an interesting one. 2 Algos are a threat. Talwar is also a threat. Catalyst, I don't think it is. If it ran for me from the get-go, Catalysts are quite fast. So that could be a threat, but it seems like he was a rail catalyst, which is interesting. So I get if his range, put my drones in the Algos, try and eliminate one of the threats. I think my next primary would probably be the Algos. I also recognize the name Frigate Gun, which freaks me out. He was quite high up in the ranks in the Cruiser 2v2, so I know that he's at least a competent pilot here, so I'm kind of worried about that. Yeah, I pulled my drones back. Again, playing it very cowardly here. Just staying out of fights, letting them sort of whittle each other down at this point. This is a tactic you can use. It's a bit scummy. Okay, someone went down there, one of the Algoses. I'm going to just, slide in there, put a bit of DPS on the other Algos, and this is perfect. 'Cause, after that, Talwar and Catalyst, I'm not too scared at that point. Okay, this Algos seems to be going down. Perfect. My next primary is going to be basically whoever's closer. I'm hoping that the Catalyst and Talwar are fighting each other, which is ideal. I just need to get this Algos killed soon. I think I'm ramming him to try and get the guns on him, but it's not 100% necessary. My drone should be able to finish him off. The Catalyst and the Talwar stop fighting. Catalyst beat the Talwar. Sweet, man. I'm very, 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 very pleased. Because now and the Talwar, I notice that the Catalyst is low at this point. And it's pretty much GG. I don't know how I get off with it sometimes, but again, it's all luck dependent. If they don't shoot you, you peel off of their drone control range and eliminate the long range threats, you can sort of win these. So GF to those guys. For our last fight, it's not too interesting, but it's interesting what I come up against. This was one of the first, literally nearly after downtime fights I had in the Abyss. And it's cool because everyone's in Thrashers. No one's established in meta yet. It's pretty fun for me. So yeah, I'm probably going to get some Thrashers in today. I'm curious to try some RD and autocannon ones to see how they perform. Maybe do videos on those. So they seem really fun. But yeah, we win this fight. It's a fun fight. Again, there's Auto there. This one Crazy Monkey. Go follow his Twitch. Brilliant bloke. There's a lot of PvP, solo PvP, these kind of things. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. This Algos is pretty strong. Dude, this Algos, there's an armor, the drone boats, mate. The drone boats are where this meta is. There's armor sneezes that are really strong, I've noticed. There are dual rep ones. The shield sneezes is strong. The armor Dragoon's really strong. You sometimes see the shield Dragoons are pretty much similar to this Algos. Shield Algos is, I don't think the armor Algos is that strong. If you want to go armor, drone boat, Yogurt's or the Dragoon, just because of those 4 lows. But yes, really fun in an Abyss so far, man. I'm going to try crack some Thrashers in there and see how those do. Hope you guys are having fun as well in this weird Abyss PvP 5-man thing. Nevertheless, enjoy the rest of your evening, boys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck if you find Algos. And yeah, good luck to you.